one of the coaches walked back up. It was Lewis, Bob Woodruff, and he asked me if I was. He says, "You want to come to Georgia Tech?" I said, "I sure do." He says, "You gonna get any bigger?" I says, "I will if I have to." He says, "All right, come on, let's go up to the office and we'll sign up." So. But I was sitting out, and I was sitting with my roommate, Ellick Hunt, Ellick's lived in Ruston, Louisiana. All of a sudden he howled out, he said, "Jake, that Coach Dodge calling you." And this was, we were playing Virginia BMI. And they were about to upset us, and they ended up, they did upset us. But I says, "Oh, Ellick, he's not, quit kidding up. He was a joker anyway." And he says, No, I'm not kidding you."
This is real?
So I got up and stumbled up. He called me up and says, "Jakie, I know you haven't been playing halfback, but says you won't do any worse than who's in there, so I'll take all responsibility for it." So I said, "Why don't you go in there and do your best?" So
he actually took time to tell you that. That's really nice, isn't it? Yeah. He didn't want you to be worried about it.
Oh, no.
So you went.
I got in. Last game was Georgia, down at Georgia between the hedges.
And you were on the field.
I was on the field in the game all the way. I intercepted one pass. I played in the Georgia game. They moved me to safety because I told them after the game, and
that was your better position.
I said I can play halfback, but I said I can do a better job of safety.
So they made you safety. What do you remember? I mean, what was the school like at that time? Was there a lot of school spirit? Did a lot of people come out for the games?
Oh, yeah,
did y'all sing Ramblin' Wreck? I mean, was it real spirited like it looks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the highest spirit I think that they ever had there.
Everybody was happy.
Well, we had a 30-game
streak,
except for one tie with you.
Yeah.
I played in that game.
So it was win, 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 huh? That's a pretty heady experience, isn't it?
Well, everybody likes you if you win. I found that out.
What? Do you remember when he started calling you Jakie? You told me he called you Jakie.
Just from the start.
From the start, he called you that, huh?
Well, I've always said the thing that as far as a college coach, he treated you like a man. Now, as long as as long as you go and stay in line, they were talking about like on bowl games that people would see us come in and we would look just so funny that it didn't look like football players and didn't act like football players and all that. And when we go out to our practices, they'd see us down there. I remember down there in Miami, we'd go down to play the volleyball on the goalpost with the football. And we started doing that, and the coaches, we were having so much fun, the coaches could get in there and play with us.
So you were having fun. You were having a good time.
Yeah, yeah.
And playing football was a good
right.
time.
And Dodd never lost. First bowl game he ever lost was whoever, of all people, Frank Royals, when Frank was at Arkansas. Frank was a backfield coach when I was at Tech.
Ramblin' Ramblin' O sons of Tech, arise, behold, the banner as it reigns supreme. O Scion of the Southland, in our hearts you shall forever fly.
Tell me about your senior year. What was it like on the field?
It was great.
It was a winning year, wasn't
Oh,
it?
Lord, yeah. Well, we won the INS championship, the national championship.
Yeah.
Gaily, Hewitt, E to the X, E to the Y, tangent, cosine, sine. Engineers touchdown, engineers yell, 3.14159. Upwing the wide and goes, up we go, George B. Burnell, rat cap sideways, round parade juniors. When you say Budweiser, we cherish thoughts so dear for thee. Alma mater in our prayer. Oh, may we be united till the victory of life is won. I drink my whiskey clear. I'm a ramblin' wreck from Georgia Tech and a hell of an engineer. I'm a ramblin' wreck from Georgia Tech and a hell of an engineer. A hell of 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 an engineer.
To go in the first half. Now Tulane takes to the air. Pete Clement, their quarterback, fades to throw. He fires it, and Jakie Rudolph intercepts for Georgia Tech, giving the Jackets the ball inside the Tulane 40. Now with 10 seconds to go in the first, Brigman is back.
Addison, sir, I tell you what he'd do. He would yell, to hell with Georgia, like his daddy used to do. Ramblin' wreck, ramblin' wreck, ramblin' wreck, ramblin' wreck, ramblin' wreck, ramblin' ramblin', 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 ramblin'. I'm a ramblin' wreck from Georgia Tech and a hell of an engineer. A hell of 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 an engineer.
at Durham, North Carolina, before 50,000 fans. Unbeaten Georgia Tech plays unbeaten Duke in the game of the day in the country. It's homecoming for the Blue Devils. A great crowd is on hand to see these two bitter rivals.
With the white and gold, down with the red and black. Georgia Tech is out for a victory. We'll drop the battle axe on Georgia's head. When we meet her, our team will surely beat her. Down on the old farm, there will be no sound till our bow wows rip through the air. When the battle is over, Georgia's team will be found with the yellow jackets swarming round, round the rack.
Arguably one of the greatest games ever played on Grant Field. The Alabama game was the first game ever televised in the Southeast. The press went wild when mighty Marlowe was laid low by Jakie Rudolph. The victory cinched the SEC title in a bid to the Sugar Bowl. Dodd considered Bama the best team his boys would play that season and said so.
What was your best game your senior year?
Well, I got more credit for the Alabama game, but I had made a tackle. That's my biggest claim to fame.
That's pretty good.
I'll let you see a moving deal of that.
Okay.
It's in the hall.
That's a pretty big deal. So you were a football hero in your senior year.
Yeah, a UP photographer just
happened to be there, huh?
Get it in the end zone. It is a good picture.
Well, that's great to have that memory.
Bama again threatens, and Tech must come up with a great goal line stand to stop this second determined effort. Corky Tharp is stopped on the Georgia Tech 1. It's third down, goal to go for Bama. Quarterback Clell Hobson on the quarterback keep play is spilled at the 3 by Sam Hensley. It's fourth down and 3. Now one of the defensive highlights of the year. Bobby Marlowe and his touchdown bid is spilled by Jakie Rudolph.
Little Jakie Rudolph, as all Tech fans called him, is still legendary in the minds and hearts of Yellow Jacket fans for his fourth down goal line tackle on the great Alabama running back, Bobby Marlowe. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution remembered Jake yesterday in a feature article recalling that play. Author Roy Blunt Jr. reminisced in Sports Illustrated, quote, "Football was Georgia Tech. The Yellow Jackets represented virtues that I learned to admire at a formative age. Like Brer Rabbit, they were quick, small, wily, mobile, loose, and able to beat meaner, more structured and ponderous teams. They would win in small, droll ways. I was at Grant Field the day little Jakie Rudolph tackled Alabama running back Bobby Marlowe about instep high to save a Tech victory. 1 second, Marlowe was soaring, outlined against the sky, and the next second, as it seemed to me, Jakie had snatched him from the horizon by the feet. End quote. The tackle would knock Jake unconscious, but it would preserve a 7-3 win, a trip to the Sugar Bowl, and a $125,000 payout to Tech. Thus, the stop became known as the $125,000 tackle, an amount that in today's dollars is over $1 million. Georgia Tech went on to beat Ole Miss in New Orleans to claim the mythical national championship, and Jake made the Colliers All-American team that year.
As for the University of Georgia, I'd rather see him in hell! To hell, to hell, to hell with Georgia! To hell, to hell, to hell with Georgia! To hell, to hell, to hell with Georgia! The cesspool of the South! My eyes have seen the glory of the stomping of the dogs. We will teach the boredom farm boys they should stick to slopping hogs. When the Jackets are triumphant, there will be a mighty cheer. We'll do the same next year. To hell, to hell, to hell with Georgia.
One of the big plays in the football game is coming up. It's 4th down, goal to go on the Tech 3. Burkowski hands off to Madison. He's spilled by Joe Hall, and Larry Marr is giving Tech the ball. Here Tech gave Georgia a safety, and the score was 10-9. Now later in the game, Burkowski takes to the air. A great catch by Bobby Dellinger puts Georgia in Tech territory again. 3 plays later on 4th down, Burkowski shoots for his touchdown. He throws to Johnny Carson. He's got it. He dropped it. Jakie Rudolph's great tackle saves the day for Tech.
Field, Jimmy Lear fades back. Looks for Jim Slay. His pass is in the air. Slay grabs it, shakes loose from 2 Tech tacklers, and races for the goal line. It looks like he might go all the way, but here comes George Morris up from behind to dump him on the 5-yard stripe. First down, just 5 yards to go for a TD, and Dillard hits center for 2 yards. Ole Miss up the line of scrimmage. Here's Lofton carrying to the 2-yard line where Larry Morris stops him. Now Jimmy Lear keeps the ball, tries to go at right guard, but he slips and falls for no gain. Fourth down, 2 yards to go. Ole Miss has one more chance to punch it across. Dillard takes the pitch out, tries to sweep right end, but Moorhead and Rudolph stop him on the 3.
So you actually weren't competitive.
32 years. I told him if I hurt my knee anyway, I'm gonna quit.
Yeah.
Well, I did hurt my knee. I quit there. But the second year, I came back and it was all right. And I went through the whole thing. And out of the breeze, we won the championship the first year, and
Wow.
we played in. I couldn't play, but we played in Wembley Stadium.
So that was a pretty big
Which,
deal then, yeah,
that was in London, and
So you were just meant to stay with football. There was no doubt about that.
I guess.
Not from outer space, but from London and Germany come these answers to the flying saucer mystery. Wembley gets a new look as footballers, US services style, take the field complete with their own team of referees. This is the final of the United States Air Force in Europe Championships, and the London Rockets take the kickoff against the Landstuhl Raiders. A few of the 20,000 spectators know what it's all about, but with popcorn, chewing gum, hot dogs and soft drinks to keep them happy, well, what better enjoyment is there than watching someone else taking the knocks? Rumour has it that the game is not unlike our own rugby, though 64 players take part, 42 of them reserves. Casualties are heavy, despite the 12 pounds of padding each man wears for protection. But oxygen tubes on the touchline soon get the Stars back in the fray again. A violent thrust by the Raiders chalks up a classic touchdown. All proceeds of this shove-around are divided between the National Playing Fields Association and the RAF Benevolent Fund. Oh, by the way, do you want to know who won? It was the Landstuhl Raiders by 30 points to 21.
The time came when you invited Bobby Dodd to come up and talk?
Yeah, he was making us. This is after he
Retired?
He retired, but you know he spent a while talking to the alumni and
Yeah, he traveled around, on the club circuit and such. And so he came to talk to you.
I got him to come out on the field with me, and I introduced Coach Dodd.
Did he still call you Jakie?
Yeah.
He still called you Jakie, huh?
Yeah.
He must have been proud of you being a coach.
He made them bring him back out here, and he got here just toward the end of the game.
So he was here for the end of the game.
But he went up there and made this little talk, right before the game. And
was kind of neat,
I
huh?
thought my kids would get a kick out of that.
And I'm sure they did. He was still the great Bobby Dodd, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it must have given him a lot of satisfaction to know that some of you all turned into coaches, good coaches.
Well, I hope
Something
so.
he.
I'm a rambling wreck from Georgia Tech and a hell of an engineer. A hell of an engineer. Like all the jolly good fellows, I drink my whiskey clear. I'm a rambling wreck from Georgia Tech and a hell of an engineer. Well, if I had a daughter, sir, I'd dress her in white and gold and put her on the canvas to cheer the brave and bold. Well, if I had a son, sir, I'd tell you what he'd do. He would yell to hell with Georgia like his daddy used to do. I wish I had a barrel of rum and sugar 3,000 pounds, a collar's bell to put it in and clapper to stir it round. I drink to all good fellows who come from far and near. I'm a rambling, gambling, hell of an engineer.